Alright, so for today's episode, episode 5, Big 3, Part 1, Bigfoot, I will get into Bigfoot, or Sasquatch as some people like to call them. Episode 5 is going to be a 3-part episode. Excuse me. So I will be sharing all the information that I have gathered over the years. Bigfoot was my first love as far as cryptids go, and they will always have a special place in my heart. Oh, I know more about them than any other cryptid, as I have been researching them the longest. So let's get into it. Bigfoot, Sasquatch, as some like to call them, are an omnivore, which means they eat meat and veggies. They have been spotted for hundreds of years, but the first big break the Bigfoot had gotten was in the 1967 Patterson-Gilman film, which was of a female Bigfoot walking briskly across Bluff Creek at the Six Rivers National Forest in Northern California. The short film is almost a minute long. It can be seen here on YouTube, but the full-length version is hard to find. Those who are not familiar with this particular short film should go check it out. It's very interesting. Just type in Bigfoot Patty on YouTube. In the short film, you can clearly see the deltoid muscles moving, trapezius moving, shoulder blades moving, the spine of the creature, and the quad muscles moving. What also can be seen in the film at frame 352 is you can clearly see Patty's pronounced 2 breasts. All those factors right there are sure signs of the film not being a hoax and Patty being the real deal. A gorilla or Bigfoot suit back then could not reproduce those specific details as Patty did in the film. Today's technology can't produce that much realism suit-wise. CGI-wise, yes. Patty's height was estimated to be around 6 foot 5 inches tall, which from dozens of accounts of female Bigfoot, size-wise, that is about right. Some hours later, after the extraordinary experience had happened, Patterson and Gilman made a plaster mold of Patty's footprints. It measured 19 inches long and 9.2 inches wide. Now I'm 6 foot 5 inches. I'm a pretty big dude. My footprint is 11.5 inches long and 4.5 inches wide at its widest. Hal Shack, the famous basketball player who was a beast, his foot is about 15 inches long and 6 inches wide. To put that into perspective, just think, Patty is a female Bigfoot. The males get much bigger. So now to some information. Excuse me. I have gathered over the years about Bigfoot in general. By all means, I am not an expert, just a researcher. Bigfoot females have been seen to be between 6 foot and 7.5 foot tall, and 300 to 500 pounds estimated. Males are much larger, from an estimated 7 foot to 9 foot tall on an average, even though some reports have been up to 10 foot plus. Weight for males is estimated to be around 400 to 700 pounds. As far as looks, they closely resemble a tall and very big hairy humanoid. Their arms are long and hang close to their knees. They have big arms and legs, very little neck, and a very wide barrel chest which measures around 3 to 4 feet wide. Huge creatures they are. As far as coloration, I have seen photos and video of them being black, brown, red, blonde, and even white. Eye color is black or dark brown in color. They are very strong, as there have been reports of them moving 3-inch plus around trees like nothing and breaking them. Bigfoot mark their territory by doing tree breaks, which is when they break a tree branch and it's usually really high up, or uprooting trees and putting them upside down in the ground, putting trees across paths or roads, throwing rocks, branches, or even trees. As far as communication, I have heard on videos of them hooting like owls, whistling sometimes, sounding like a bird, tree knocking, which is when they bang branches or rocks against trees, whooping sounds, and sometimes even a broken like samurai language. I heard a clip of them speaking a broken samurai type language, and it was pretty cool. It happened in the Sierra Nevada mountains in California in the early 1970s. A couple of men went up into the mountains and camped up there for a night. They ended up having a pretty neat experience with several Bigfoot, actually communicating back and forth with them. Such a cool experience. So back to info about these fascinating creatures. The Bigfoot usually build shelters to sleep in like a hut. Bigfoot have been reported to run about 30 miles an hour, which I am sure they can go faster granted their height, leg length, and strength. They are mostly upright on two legs but have been seen to run on all fours. The Bigfoot have a group or a pod that they live in. Family ties are very strong with them and they are very protective. They are shy to humans and are usually seen hiding behind a tree or bushes, within a tree line, and not close to humans. There have been many reports of people come in close contact with these beings, and it's usually non-violent and innocent. They are very curious creatures and like to be peeping toms on humans, especially children. I've heard many stories of children getting lost in the woods and a hairy monkey, hairy bear, hairy person, as the children have described, had kept them warm, or they would lead the child back to the party, parents, or civilization. Bigfoot like to take children toys and shiny things. They collect these things and sometimes use them to gift to us humans. Humans in return gift back, whether it's an object or food, which I don't recommend. I have heard a dozen or so stories of people gifting a Bigfoot and are not turning out very well when they forget to do so. Not the people getting hurt, but the Bigfoot being violent and lash out if you forgot to gift them periodically or you moved. The property gets damaged sometimes, whether it be broken windows, trees down, or them running around banging on the side of the house or windows. Just like with any wild animal or creature, do not fully trust or build a strong relationship with something that is wild and non-domesticated. They cannot be trusted even though they might seem cute, nice, kind, and not showing aggression or violent behavior. Bigfoot are a wild creature and should be respected as such. Never let your guard down around these beings or any wild animal or creature for that matter. So that is all I have got for information I've gained over the years of my researching. Again, I am no expert, but I feel like I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to this particular subject, as I put in a lot of work researching, taking notes, and studying these creatures. Even though I have never seen one or seen signs of one, I do believe they are out there and are located in every state. I think they are a type of Nephilim that has survived for thousands of years and have been adapted to the always changing world that we live in. So if you encounter one of these things, don't panic, play it cool, and slowly back away, but keep your eyes on it. I think they are just a curious creature and are curious about us as much as we are about them. Have fun and be safe out in the woods. Always be vigilant of your surroundings. Alright, that is going to do it for today. Thank you for listening. I hope I was helpful and knowledgeable. I hope everyone is having a good Friday and had a good week. Thanks again. See you on the next episode on Strange and Weird Experiences. Have a good one.